Good morning, everybody. Yesterday was the portfolio committee session of the Department of Home Affairs. 4 hours, live television on SABC, I think, parliamentary channel. Now, the good news is I can work parallel and listen, so I had the pleasure to listen in, and I just wanted to update you. So if you're interested in 2-minute summary of what was yesterday discussed and shared to the public in 4 hours, just watch the next two minutes. It's quite interesting. I think our new Minister of Home Affairs is continuing on a quite an agile and full of energy path. He did say that TES, or the Trusted Employer Scheme, will be reopened. They said September, maybe October, end of October. So let's aim for November. It would be 1 year after the initial TES opened. They said also 71 companies were successful, and they indicated that some of the criteria are relooked at. We, for our successful applicants and successful corporates, we also experienced that some corporates have invested heavily in South Africa, but they don't have the necessary minimum amount of employees. So they're looking at the minimum amount of employees. I assume they're reducing them, and they also maybe want to include some sectors who then qualify higher on the scorecard. So TES will reopen, and probably they're going to relook at some of the criteria to make them easier. So please tune in, follow our channel. We will update you on that one. So that's important. Then the other very, very important one was that apparently the scorecard defining the general work visa requirements will be published quite soon. So this is taping here middle of September. We're expecting middle of October, maybe even earlier. But by the end of October, I suspect, and that was at least mentioned in Parliament, that there will be a new scorecard. It was also shared that there was a very comprehensive participation in order to come to the criteria of the scorecard. So there was NATLAC, there was the Department of Trade and Industry, the Department of Labour, and various other government players, and the Office of the Presidency has supported that scorecard. So this is not a scorecard the Department of Home Affairs came up with. This has a broad consensus in the government, so this will probably stay. I'm interested. Yesterday, in one of the speeches I then read, he indicated a minimum salary threshold will be one of the criteria in the scorecard. Now, that criteria is quite common in Europe, for instance. If you earn above a certain threshold, you qualify for a visa. So South Africa is heading that way, following best international practices. So that's very exciting because it will reopen the general work visa. Other things, briefly discuss what the remote worker visa will be, re-established or will come into force once there are some tax amendments. And then also I think they talked about retirement visa, that they introduce a minimum age. Look, this is old news. That was already planned a long time ago. But in general, I have to say, very informative, good information. And please tune in, stay, follow us. We will update you when it's time. Bye-bye.